You seem very knowledgeable.
This subject is what I cover when I'm doing my YouTube videos. So I do YouTube videos daily and debate people about this stuff.
What's your channel name?
Nathan Oakley 1980. So imagine if you've got a chamber and you suck out all of the gas with a pump. What's left is a vacuum, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the sky is claimed to be a vacuum in that model.
Wow.
So what do you think would happen if that was real and we had outer space as the sky and it was a vacuum? What do you think would happen to all the gas we're breathing?
It will finish soon.
It will go out.
It'd all go into the sky vacuum, right?
Yeah.
So we'd be dead.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Bye-bye.
Okay, see you later. Go on then, spin on.
We're waiting for you to spin.
How is your day?
I'm open for having a chat. You're not up for a chat?
We're brown.
That's why they hate us, yeah.
What's Brahmin?
They hate us. Brown.
Brown? So what?
They think we're Indian or Pakistani. So.
Yep.
So what? Even if you were Indian or Pakistani, what difference would that make?
Yeah, I don't know a lot of places because I just moved this year to the
All right,
UK.
where are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Both of us.
Cool. So you went to school in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes.
So you're a heliocentrist then?
Yeah.
What
Cool.
does that mean?
Heliocentrist. So you're just fresh out of school. You're younger. You should remember this. In your science class, right? You were taught a religion that came from Roman Catholicism. So you had been taught that you're on a globe and it's moving around the sun.
Yeah.
That's the heliocentric religion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you guys believe that you're religious, right? You believe all that?
We believe in Islam and Allah.
Yeah.
No. Separate from, that's not what I mean by, that's a different religion. Not like
You mean
Christianity.
a perspective, you mean, I think.
No. So they teach it you in science class, which is where it's confusing because they don't teach it you in religious education. They teach it you in science. So they'll teach you that you're going around the sun on your ball, but that's the Roman Catholics' religion. It came from a guy called Copernicus.
So it's not true scientifically?
Well, it's not really a scientific thing. It's a measurement thing. But you say not true. It's what the church used to give you a better idea when Easter was by looking at the stars. So the globe model is a way of better predicting when the stars will be in certain places. That makes sense? It's still a religion.
You seem very knowledgeable.
This subject is what I cover when I'm doing my YouTube videos. So I do YouTube videos daily and debate people about this stuff.
What's your channel name?
Nathan Oakley 1980. What I'm interested in though is do you believe that? Do you believe you're on a globe moving around the sun?
Yeah.
Yes, because that's the only thing we've been taught.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You're not alone. Most of the Western world get taught that. I mean, they don't get taught it's a religion, but they get taught that that's the world, right?
Yeah. Do you believe in it?
I mean, I believe that's a model that they use, and I know where it came from. So the way you get to that model is you measure Polaris. You know the North Star?
Yes.
So what you heard a latitude. So all latitude is if you imagine you were at the North Pole and you had Polaris above you, that would be 90 degrees. Right?
Yeah.
And if you move away from Polaris, the angle that you measure goes down by 1 degree if you move 60 nautical miles away from the North Pole. So the star drops towards the horizon as you go away from it. That's latitude. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah,
This makes sense now.
So what you're doing is you're measuring an angle off a flat surface to a star and you're creating circles on the ground. Well, those circles, which get bigger and bigger and bigger, are latitude. And then you can take those flat Earth angle measurements to Polaris and wrap them around a ball to create that ball mathematically. That's what Copernicus does. He puts that ball in motion around the sun with the measurements he takes from Polaris. So the ground's measured flat, but you can create a ball with those measurements with Polaris. Make sense?
Is it all theoretically speaking, right?
What do you mean?
As you said, we've measured the Earth or the orbit on a flat surface, like theoretically speaking, right? Yeah.
No, that's how we measure it. That's latitude. Latitude's a measurement off the plane. It's an angle to the star, right? Well, you can only take an angle. It's two straight lines. One's the surface and one's the star.
Okay.
So if it was curved, it wouldn't be an angle.
First. Yeah, like an acute angle at first.
Yeah, so that's how we measure Earth. So the way all of the systems that we get for the stars, they're just angle measurements off the flat plane that we're actually existing on. And with those measurements, you can make a globe. That's what Copernicus did.
So we use that as our base to measure.
Yeah, flat baseline.
Yeah.
So in that religion that you were taught in science class, that you're on a ball going around the sun, that whole religion is based in a vacuum called outer space, isn't it?
Outer space, okay.
Right, which is claimed to be a vacuum.
Is it the same that the black hole?
Not exactly. No? So imagine if you've got a chamber and you suck out all of the gas with a pump. What's left is a vacuum, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, well, the sky is claimed to be a vacuum in that model.
Wow.
So what do you think would happen if that was real and we had outer space as the sky and it was a vacuum? What do you think would happen to all the gas we're breathing?
It will finish soon.
It will go out.
It'd all go into the sky vacuum, right?
Yeah.
So we'd be dead.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
So space, outer space, where they claim to go in rockets and to the moon, it's all fake.
All fake, like the moon landing?
All fake. It's all claimed to be taking place in a vacuum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine this. You're a spaceman, just for this second, right? You've got a spacesuit on so that the gas you're breathing doesn't escape into the vacuum. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now imagine that you're looking back in their bullshit world at a globe and it's got clouds on the outside of it next to a black area, right?
Yeah.
So that's gas at high pressure next to a vacuum without it just dispersing into the vacuum. That's what they expect you to believe. Space is fake. It's just all nonsense.
Do you believe in God?
There is definitely a God, yeah.
Are you religious by any chance?
No. You know, I know there's a God.
How?
There's you may have heard of this. It's called the ontological primitives, right? When you rewind time to the beginning, there's only two options that you can have for the creation of our existence. Option one is that nature created what we experience. And option two is there was an external force or external entity that created what we experience, right? AKA God. So is option one true? Well, if nature created itself, it violates the first law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. So how can nature create itself? It can't. So that only leaves one other option. It's a true dichotomy. So the other option is there was an external creator, aka God. So there's definitely a God.
Yeah.
But other than that, I know there's a God, I'm just not religious.
Okay.
But everyone's entitled to their belief. Don't get me wrong, right? If you want to believe you're on a ball flying around the sun, you're entitled to that belief. That's if you have that as your religion, that's fair enough. You know, I'm not stopping anybody.
You believe in God. Do you think he's a good God?
I think God's ace. I love the world. It's wicked. It's ace. You guys are ace. People are great. So I'm happy. I think he's a good God.
Yeah.
What about you? You think he's a righteous God?
He's a great God.
We think that everything happens for a reason. A good reason.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you got a lot of control over that.
Yeah.
Just go out into Newcastle at about 10, 11 o'clock.
And about like
£5 in your pocket, enough to buy a Bacardi Breezer for a girl in a tiny little skirt. Newcastle is brilliant. I loved Newcastle. I've got loads of parties, loads of bars, loads of drunk girls. They hardly wear anything, which is nuts because it's quite cold up there.
Yeah,
but they walk around in December and January in boob tubes.
They just don't care. No. They're immune to the weather.
You've got to dress yourself up in something shiny, peacock a little bit. You'll get all the ladies. You're two handsome young men. You'll do all right.
Thank you.
So, Earth's flat, space is fake. The globe came from those measurements. Learn something new every
And
day.
girls in Newcastle, they don't wear underwears.
No, that's true. You're not wrong.
It's easy access.
Yeah. And
Oh shit, you're doing this one?
Yeah, no, he's a very special guy. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. What's your names? What's your name?
no, Muhammad, Abdullah, Ibrahim.
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, Mohammed, and Abdullah.
Yes.
It was lovely talking to you. Guys are ace.
Thank you.
Thank
Earth's
you.
flat.
Thank you so much.
Space is fake. Take it easy.
What about Newcastle?
Oh well, I'll come up. I'll come up. I'm all over the country. I'll probably see you one day. Take it easy.
Hopefully, okay, man.